Well, good afternoon and welcome to the KPEG Game of the Week. Today we're on the baseball diamond for the last time this year as the Lompoc Braves host the Dos Pueblos Chargers. This is Greg Ratcliffe broadcasting live from Dan Botery Field at Lompoc High School, where the 10 and 11 Braves are set to take on the 16 and 10 Chargers. The DP is 8 and 5 in Channel League play, currently in second place, one game ahead of the Braves at 7 and 6. The Chargers split a doubleheader with Calabasas over the weekend, while the Braves lost to Paso Robles Saturday before getting a 2-1 victory over Napomo just yesterday. So while Santa Barbara has the league championship all locked up, these two teams are in a battle for second and the number 2 seed in the playoffs. Statmaster Mike Loney not able to be here at the moment, but with luck, he may be able to join us later in the game. So for now, you're stuck with me. Get used to it. Just underway here at Botery Field. The Braves, of course, on defense as the home team. Oscar Rojas on the mound for the Lompoc Braves this afternoon. Facing first batter Evan Steinberger, who promptly hit a single to left field. So the Chargers have the leadoff runner on base here to start things off. Batting in the 2 spot today for the Chargers is number 4, Luke Roberts. Make that number 5. Lineup is slightly irregular. I'll fix that. There we go. Roberts looking at a 1-0 pitch, lays down a bunt over towards Rojas at the mound. He'll pick it up, throw to first to record out number 1. Steinberger advances to second on the play, however. So Roberts does what he was supposed to do. The runner advances with 1 down. That brings us to Mason Bolter, number 9. Takes strike 1 on the outside corner. Turned out to be a beautiful day for baseball here at Botery Field. It's been kind of cold and windy lately. Very nice day. Not a cloud to be seen. A little bit of breeze, as you might expect, but it was up in the 80s today. Starting to cool off a bit now, but a beautiful day for baseball. Pitch from Rojas outside, 1-1. Rojas taking his time. Puts that one in there high for ball 2. 2 balls and a strike now to Bolter. See if we can tell you what Bolter's been doing from the batter's box so far this year. Swung on and missed for strike 2. Evens the count at 2 apiece. Bolter batting 194 coming into today. 14 hits at 72 at bats. Got him swinging. Strike 3 and out number 2 in the books for Rojas and the Braves. Brings us to cleanup hitter Nico Martinez. Steinberger still at second. Nico fouls this one out behind the plate for strike 1. Martinez looks like an athlete. Don't have stats on him, but he's a senior and looks big and strong on the plate. 0-1 to Martinez. Quick throw to second, not in time. Steinberger dives in head first. No balls on the strike to Martinez. Watches that one go by. Strike two. Not surprised to see Oscar on the mound today. This is an important game for the Braves. We'll get into that a little more as we go along. 0-2 pitch. Fouled into the parking lot. Count stays 0-2. Martinez is batting a solid .310. Watches that one high. Ball one. 1-2 now the count. 2 down. Runner at second for the Chargers here in the top of the first. High chopper over towards short. Tough play. And the throw just in time to get Martinez at first. And that was a tough one to field. But well done by the Braves defensively, and the Chargers are retired here in the top of the first. No runs on one hit, no errors, one left. For 1/2 inning here at Bottery Field, our score is the Chargers nothing and the Braves coming to bat. You are listening to the Game of the Week right here on your home for local sports 100.9 KPEG. Greg Ratcliffe here with you this afternoon. Michael Winnie perhaps joining us later. Bill Dr. Draw Smith back at the studio taking care of the things back there. Don't forget, if you have family or friends outside of our local listening area, they too can enjoy Braves baseball by checking it out at kpegradio.com. kpegradio.com. Streaming live around the world. So the Braves will get their turn at bat. And looks like we'll have Steven Espinoza leading things off for Lompoc here this afternoon, number 22. Still no stats available for the Braves, so we can't tell you what his batting average is. On the mound for the Chargers today, Dylan Ledbetter. See if we can find out about Mr. Ledbetter's pitching performance. 4 wins, 1 loss is his record. And a 1.84 ERA. That is reasonable. You know, there's a bunch of big leaguers that wouldn't mind having a 1.84. Ledbetter, a right-handed pitcher. Facing first batter of the day for the Braves, Steven Espinoza. Espinoza smacks the first pitch foul and out of play. It'll be strike one. Caught the outside corner. Espinoza quickly down 0-2. Grounds this one over towards short. Off the glove. No throw to first. It was a sharply hit ball over to short. I'm going to charge it as an error, however. Not that I'm the official scorekeeper, but I think that was playable. Anyway, you scored. Espinosa's on first, with nobody out here for the Braves in the first inning. Brings up Caleb Ramirez. Shows bunt, pulls back, takes ball one. Ledbetter very deliberate on the mound, takes his time. He's got a very, what would you call it, a pretty typical standard delivery. High chopper, fouled on the third baseline. Some pitchers have little hitches and quirks in their deliveries. Ledbetter very, very solid, very traditional. Takes a pause at the belt and lets it fly. Quick throw over to first. Espinosa back safely. Ball temporarily comes loose and rolls over into right field, but recovered nicely, and no harm, no foul. Back at the plate, it's 1-1 to Caleb Ramirez. Pitch is inside for ball two. 2 balls and a strike now. Nobody out for the Braves here in the bottom of the first. Scoreless so far here from Rotary Field, just getting underway. Two-one pitch from Ledbetter. Swung on, hit foul out of play down third base. Count evens at 2-2 now to Ramirez. Ramirez, of course, playing behind the plate for the Braves in the catcher's position. Does a great job back there. 2-2 pitch from Ledbetter. High fly ball, shallow right, drifting foul. And the catch is made. Espinosa goes halfway over to second before he has to come back. But he does so safely. Out one now. And Oscar Rojas up to bat. We've seen in multiple games this season that Oscar can not only throw the ball really well, they can hit the ball really well also. That would be a good time for one of those. Makes a loping swing at that one, just gets a piece of it and fouls it off the back screen for strike one. Espinosa with a fair lead over him first. Nothing too drastic. Now there he goes. Well hit ball over to short, backhanded. Throw to first will get Rojas. But Espinosa advances to second on the play. With 2 out now. Similar situation to what we had in the top half of this inning. Braves with 2 outs, runner at second. And a brief conference on the mound. So bring up number 4, Isaiah Hernandez. Hitting in the cleanup spot today. Got an RBI chance with Espinosa on second. Watches strike one. Hernandez, a left-handed batter for the Braves. Beautiful pitch, low and away, caught the corner for strike 2 called. Oh, 2 to Hernandez. Got him swinging, strike 3, and that'll put Hernandez and the Braves on the bench No runs, no hits, one error, one left for the Braves after one complete. Here at Bottery Field, our score is the Dos Pueblos Chargers, nothing, and the Lompoc Braves, nothing. You're listening to the Game of the Week on your home for local sports 100.9 KPEG. Greg Ratcliffe here. Bill Smith, back at the studio. Glad you could join us. This is the 10th of our 11-game broadcast season, covering both Lompoc and Cabrillo High Schools, both baseball and softball. It's been a lot of fun. Fortunately, today's not nearly as cold as it has been sometimes. It makes it a lot more fun when you're not freezing. We've got one more game on the schedule coming up as it happens tomorrow. It was originally scheduled to be Thursday. That game moved up to tomorrow. It's Lompoc girls softball against the same Dos Pueblos Chargers in the last game of the Braves softball season. We will be there. Game time at 3:30 right across the other side of campus here at the Lompoc Braves softball field. So hope you can join us for that tomorrow at 3:30. Braves softball versus these very same Dos Pueblos Chargers. Okay, Oscar Rojas back on the mound for the Braves here to start off the top of the second inning. In the batter's box, we will find number 21, who is Nate Jordan. Big, tall right-hander. Quick foul off the screen for strike one. Took a vicious hack at that one. Missed for strike two. High fly ball, going to be trouble. In and out of the glove, a diving catch. And then when he hit the ground, he lost control. It's on the ground and a single from Nate Jordan. That just found the gap in between left and center, and nobody could get there in time. So for the second inning in a row, the Chargers have the leadoff batter on base. Connor Gleisner now up, dribbles this one over towards the mound. And a sac bunt for Gleisner. Moves Jordan over to second and puts one out on the board. That'll bring us to Nate Feldhaus. Check swing, strike called. Rojas takes a check at the runner at second. Throws in high for ball one. One pitch. High, foul, out of play. Over towards the scoreboard in right field. In case you haven't been here in a while, Bottery was recently remodeled, resurfaced, refenced. It's much different, much nicer than it used to be. Pitch just inside for ball two. Evens the count of two apiece. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runner at second here for the Chargers here in the top of the second inning. No score from Bottery Field. Grounder into right. That's a single. Throw cut off, throw to third, not in time. So Wellhead single to right. By Ledbetter, puts runners at first and third for the Chargers here with one out in the second. That'll bring up J.J. Frausto. Playing first base today for the Chargers, batting right-handed. He's got a chance to get an RBI or two here. Backs out of the box briefly, now ready to play. Rojas, throw to first. Ball overthrown at second. And in the process, a run scores. Wow. They had Ledbetter in a pickle there between first and second, and an errant throw over toward second went over everybody's head and into center field, and the runner from third scored easily. So it's 1-0 Chargers. Throw to second, not in time. Frausto takes a mighty hack at that one, comes up empty for strike one. One run across here for the Chargers here in the second. Ledbetter on second base. Feldhaus scored from third on the error. And now 2 strikes to Frausto. Oscar backs off the rubber and wants to do a little housekeeping on the mound here all of a sudden. Doesn't like the way the dirt is arranged. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Frausto. High and inside for ball 2. Evens a count of 2 apiece. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Grounded to third. Long throw to first. Had to stretch, couldn't make the grab. Ledbetter had to hold at third. But Frausto safe at first. So it was still only 1 out. The Chargers have runners at first and second. And David Leon, number 6, bunts over to Oscar. Safe play to first to record the out. Both runners advance on the play, however. David Leon just doing exactly what the coach drew up. Sack bunt, advance the runners to second and third, now with 2 outs, and we'll go back to the top of the order. Evan Steinberger, number 7. Just outside and low for ball 1. Nice looking pitch, though. Well hit, high fly ball, left center field. And the catch is made to retire the side. And that would have been a costly one had that one not gotten the glove. But as it stands, 1 run across. Chargers will leave 2 stranded, so after 1.5 innings, our score is now the Chargers 1, the Braves nothing. You're listening to the Game of the Week on your home for local sports 100.9 KPEG. Usually I tell you this on Fridays because we play a lot of Friday games here, but even though it's Tuesday, we'll remind you once again, there's a special show that we have on Friday nights at 6 o'clock. It's called New Tracks. Yours truly hosts the show for about 30 minutes where we will play you half a dozen songs that we recently added to our KPEG music library. Plus, at the end of the show, we debut a song that will get its first ever KPEG airing right there on the New Tracks program. So check it out if you want to hear the new stuff that we have put into the mix. That's the chance to do it. New Tracks, 6 o'clock on Friday evenings, only here at 100.9 KPEG. Hope you can join us for that. So the Braves will go to the bottom of the second inning. And they will send up Sean Moa, number 3. Playing second base for the Braves. Right-handed batter. So far, we've had the leadoff runner up on base every inning. See if Moa can keep that going. Shows bunt, pulls back, takes strike 1 call. Nice crowd here at Bottery Field today, this afternoon as well. And there's some things riding on this game today. Strike 2 to Moa. Tell you more about that in a little bit. Well hit. Single to center. And Sean Moa does just that, keeps the tradition alive. Leadoff batters on base every half inning so far. So with Moa on first, we will go to Elijah Bobo. Moa going and slides in safely at second. The pitch to Bobo was a ball. So 1-0 count now to Elijah Bobo with Moa at second base. No outs here for the Braves in the bottom of the second. This one bunted foul over towards the Charger dugout. On deck for the Braves, Gunnar Thomas. The 1-1 pitch. Swung on and fouled into the parking lot. Two strikes now on Bobo. Time called by the home plate umpire. Yeah, now we're back to business. One-two pitch from Ledbetter. Got him looking, called, strike 3, and Elijah doesn't quite believe it. And believe it or not, there's a one out. And Thomas up to bat. Pitch from Ledbetter is high for ball one. Noah's at second for the Braves. We've got one out here in the bottom of the second inning. It's 1-0 Chargers. Braves trying to change that situation. Chopper over the head of Ledbetter on the mound. Backhanded at short. Throw to first. Nice stretch. Will record the out over there. Moa advances to third on the play, however, now with two down. And that'll bring us to Bradley Waite, number 12. Playing first base for the Braves. I have a timeout as there is a brief conference on the mound here by the Chargers between pitcher, catcher, and coach. And that seems to be out of the way. And we're going to have some... Oh, they're checking to see Ledbetter was a little shaken up on that play. We tried to get that ball that went right over his head. So they're giving him some warm-up time, and he looks to be okay, and then we'll get back to action. Bradley Waite, as we said, number 12, up to bat with two outs. Takes one high for ball one. Tying run over at third for the Braves in Sean Moa. Off-speed pitch just misses. 2 balls. Two-0 pitch from Ledbetter. Called strike. Two balls and a strike now to Waite. Just got a piece of that one. Fouls it off the screen for strike 2. Deuces wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in inning number 2. Two pitch, check swing, called strike 3, and that'll do it for Bradley Waite and the Braves here in the second. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. 2 complete innings here at Dan Buttery Field. Our score remains the Dos Pueblos Chargers 1, the Lompoc Braves 0. You're listening to the Game of the Week right here on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG. Greg Ratcliffe with you here, live from Dan Buttery Field this afternoon. Staffmaster Mike Loney unable to be with us, but maybe coming along a little later on before the end of the game. We'll see. Thank you so much for joining us. Wanted to tell you a little bit about the Channel League standings. Santa Barbara Dons kind of ran away with it this year. They've already locked in the Channel League Championship at 11-2 with only 2 games to go. These Chargers are 8-5 in second place, 3 games back, and with 2 to play. That math doesn't work. So the Dons have got themselves a Channel League championship. Lompoc, 1 game behind DP at 7-6. That's why this game is so very important. If the Braves win today, they will be tied with DP at 8-6 for second. And both teams have 1 game left, and guess who it's against? It's a rematch of this very game. So this is a biggie. The Braves lose today. They'll be two out of second with one game to play. I'll tell you a little bit about the bottom half of the standings when we can. Up now for the Chargers, Luke Roberts, number 5. He's looking at 2 strikes. Check swing, appeal to first base, no swing. Ball on 2 strikes now to Roberts. Wow, high off the screen. Stays alive at 1-2. Roberts batting .247 on the year. And just takes strike 3 and got rung up. 1 down for the Chargers here in the top of the 3rd. Take us to Mason Bolter, number 9. Shortstop for the Chargers. Lefty takes strike 1. Lays down a bunt. Just fair down the third baseline, and the throw to first was in and out of the glove. So that'll put Mason Bolter on first base with 1 down. Brings up number 22, Big Nico Martinez. Plays third base for the Chargers. Bats are right-handed. Shows bunt, throw to first, not in time. One nothing is our score. Chargers lead here in the top of the 3rd. Los Pueblos trying to add to that with a runner at first and 1 out. Pitch from Oscar is high and away for a ball. One ball, no strikes. To Martinez. Slaps this one into center field for a single. Runner at first, turns the corner at second, and is safe at third. So a well-hit ball by Nico Martinez. And all of a sudden, the Chargers have runners at the corners with 1 out. To bring up number 21, Nate Jordan. Jordan, no slouch at the plate himself, batting .304 coming in. Martinez with a nice lead at first. Now we'll have to dive back. Gets there safely. Runners at first and third here for the Chargers with 1 out. Another throw to first. Not in time. Oscar finds himself in another bit of a jam here in the 3rd that he needs to work his way out of. Another throw to first. Oscar trying to keep Martinez honest over there. Rojas to the plate. Martinez going. Slides in slightly to second with no throw. Not wanting to expose the plate to that runner at third. A good decision there by Ramirez behind the plate. So now runners at second and third with one out. Called strike. Makes the count 0-2 at the plate. To Nate Jordan. Foul out of play. Jordan stays alive. 0-2, one out, two on. That pitch by Rojas low and in the dirt, stopped nicely by Ramirez. Oscar picking up the pace a little bit here. Working pretty quickly on the mound. And got Jordan swinging at a sinker for out number 2. That'll bring up number 4, Connor Gleisner. With 2 outs. Pitched low for ball 1. The return throw from Ramirez to the mound was a little low and got past Oscar over to second. Runners have to hold, however. Swing and a miss by Gleisner for strike 1. 1-1 now the count with 2 outs. And 2 on. Smacked hard but fouled on third base line. Love the sound of aluminum in the afternoon. Is that a movie? Something. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Just got a piece of that one to stay alive at 1-2. Got him swinging at some high heat, and that will retire the side here in the third. And the Braves got out of a big jam here in the third inning. No runs for the Chargers. They'll leave 2 stranded. After 2.5 innings here at Bottery Field, our score remains the Chargers 1, the Braves nothing. You were listening to the Game of the Week right here on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG. Let's finish talking about the Channel League standings as we go into the last couple of games of the year. Mentioned Santa Barbara on top at 11-2. DP currently 8-5 in second. Lompoc 1 back at 7-6. Our friends up on the hill, Cabrillo, are 2 games back of the Braves at 5-8, followed by San Ynez at 4-9 and San Marcos at 4-9. So if the Braves were to lose today and the final game, that would put them at 7-8. If Cabrillo were to win both the games that they have remaining, they would be at 7-8 and a tie for third place. But since Lompoc swept the Conquistadors in the 3-game regular season series, that should give them the tiebreak. Plus they have a better overall 1-loss record. So it would seem to me that the worst the Braves can do is a tie for third, and they would get the nod for the CIF bid. They would have to win today and then again in the final game against Los Pueblos to take over second place and get the number 2 seed in the playoffs. And that can be important. That's the difference between possibly a home game and a road game. Against a league champion from Los Angeles somewhere. That's a tough one to do. Okay, we'll go to the bottom of the third inning. Ryan Morgan will step into the batter's box to start things off for Lompoc. He's going to foul a couple off, and all of a sudden he is down 0-2. And Morgan, number 5. Looks at 1 low for ball 1. Morgan, a junior. He'll be back for 1 more season. That one's low for ball 2. Morgan, of course, a 3-sport letterman, getting ready to start thinking about football season here pretty soon for next year. Swung on a miss for strike 3, and Morgan goes down swinging. That will record out number 1 here in the Braves' 3rd. And takes us to the top of the Braves batting order with Steven Espinoza. Espinoza takes strike 1. Looks at 1 high for a ball. 1-1 to Espinoza. Crowd continuing to gather here at Buttery Field. A nice gathering here of baseball fans this afternoon. Amazing what some good weather will do. Two balls and a strike now to Espinoza. High fly ball, center field. Playable, and out number 2, excuse me. 2 down quickly here in the Braves' 3rd. Takes us to number 10, Caleb Ramirez. Pop up over towards first. Should be routine, and it is. So for the first time this game, the team goes in order. The Braves are retired here in the 3rd. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. After 3 complete innings here at Dan Buttery Field, our score remains the Dos Pueblos Chargers 1, the Lompoc Braves nothing. You're listening to the Game of the Week on your home for local sports 100.9 KPEG. Got some current events coming up here that you might be interested in. Little thing called the Mother-Son Luau that the City of Lompoc Recreation Division holds every year. It's an annual deal coming up on Friday and Saturday, the 3rd and 4th of May, from 6:30 to 8:30. You can get your tickets in advance. Be held there at the Rec Center at the Anderson Recreation Center on West Walnut. You can call them at 875-8100 for more information. It's always fun. It's kind of the mom and son answer to the Valentine's Day dance, mother-daughter dance. Mom-son luau coming up in a week from this weekend. So check it out. We will go to the top of the 4th inning. Oscar Rojas managed to pitch himself out of a couple of early jams. It was given him 1 run so far. And that was on an error. Starting things off for the Chargers here in the 4th will be number 11, Dylan Ledbetter. Today's pitcher, Ledbetter, batting .278 on the year so far. 15 hits on 54 at bats. Fouls the first pitch out of play for strike 1. We should also mention that not only does he hit pretty well, he can hit pretty hard as well. He's got 3 doubles. There's a high chopper over to short. And a nice throw to first to record out number 1. Tell you more about Ledbetter next time he's up. In the meantime, this is J.J. Frausto. Frausto batting .320. Takes ball 1, then fouls one off. Looks at ball 2 high. 1 out here in the Chargers' half of the 4th inning. High foul ball out of play down first base. Two balls, 2 strikes now to Frausto. Not known to be a heavy hitter. Only 1 extra base hit on the year. Fouled off the screen. Count stays 2-2. Oscar misses just outside of that one. Takes us to a full count. 3-2 now to Frausto. Frausto, a senior right-hander. And he'll watch ball 4. Some of the Lompoc fans here don't like that call. Oscar surrendered his first walk of the day. With 1 out here in the top of the 4th. That'll bring us to number 6. David Leon. Takes one high for ball 1. 1 on, 1 out here in the top of the 4th inning in a 1-run ball game. Chargers lead 1-0. Runner going. Throw to second. Got him on the way by. A beautiful throw by Caleb Ramirez. And Frausto is gone for out number 2. Back at the plate, it's 2-0 to Leon. Make that 3-0 and now 4-0. And Leon is at first with 2 outs. And 4 straight balls from Oscar Rojas. Back to the top of the order we go. Evan Steinberger, the lefty, way high from Oscar for ball. And Ramirez calls time to go out and talk to his pitcher. It's 1-0 here in the top of the 4th. The visitors from Dos Pueblos have the lead. We have a runner at first with 2 outs. And another timeout as Coach Jacinto comes out. Wants to talk to Oscar. So we'll have a little bit of an assemblage on the mound. Larry's been around doing this a long time. Don't forget, we'll be back on the air tomorrow afternoon. Back-to-back ball games for us here, the KPEG sports team. And we will be covering the Lompoc Braves softball girls as they host the Dos Pueblos Chargers in their last game of the season. That'll be an interesting one. Dos Pueblos girls undefeated in league play at 13-0-1. Braves girls have yet to win a league game at 0-8 and would dearly love to put a win on the board before this season is over. Hope you can check that one out at 3:30 tomorrow afternoon here at KPEG. Back to baseball we go. Two and 0 now to Steinberger. Foul out of play and over into O Street. Watch out if you're driving. Two balls and a strike to Steinberger. Outside for ball 3. Oscar not looking quite as sharp as we are accustomed to seeing him. Sharply hit right over to first, however, and that will do it for the Chargers here in the 4th. No runs, no hits, no errors, one left. So after 3.5 here at Bottery Field, our score remains the Dos Pueblos Chargers 1, the Lompoc Braves nothing. You're listening to the Game of the Week on your home for local sports 100.9 KPEG. What else is going on? Well, we've got the STEM Expo, the Central Coast STEM Expo coming up. That's also a week from this weekend on the 3rd and 4th of May. It's going to be happening right here in the Lompoc High School Gymnasium. All about science and technology, some of my favorite stuff. Want more information on the Central Coast STEM Expo, you can go to ccstemexpo.org and they'll tell you all about it. That is Friday and Saturday, the 3rd and 4th of May. Hope you can get in on that. So Mr. Ledbetter will take the mound again here for the Chargers in the bottom of the 4th. Lompoc pitcher Oscar Rojas will lead things off for the Braves. Lompoc trailing by 1-0 here in the bottom of the 4th. See what Oscar can do here with the bat. Oscar, of course, batting right-handed as well as throwing. Oscar looks at that one low for ball 1. High chopper over towards third. Could be trouble, and it is trouble. Nico Martinez unable to field that one. We're gonna give Oscar a hit on that one because it was just so awkward. Really high chopper, hit right off in front of home plate and way up in the air, then came down like a bullet. So a leadoff single for Oscar. And the Braves will send Derek Ardrell out to run for him. So Ardrell at first. Oscar back to the dugout. And that brings us to Isaiah Hernandez. Throw to first. Not in time. Ardrell dives back safely. Just a minute ago, he was nice and clean off the bench, and now he's dirty from head to toe. Chopper over to second. Could be 2. There's 1. Go to first. Won't get there in time. So they'll get the lead runner at second and Argel for out number 1. Hernandez will be safe at first. And Sean Moa will come up to bat for the Braves. He had a single and got stranded at third. First time up. Hits this one well into center field. Playable, though. And that'll record out number 2. Hernandez was about halfway to second, had to dive back to first safely, but 2 down now for the Braves. Ball in the dirt for ball 1. 2 down now, a runner at first. Elijah Bobo up to bat, now looking at a 2-0 count. Foul out of play for strike 1. 2 balls and a strike. 2 outs now on the Braves here in the 4th inning with a runner at first. Lompoc trailing 1-0. Here's the 2-1 pitch from Ledbetter. Quick glance over at first. Pitch misses just high. Should be ball 3. 3-1 now to Bobo. Runner going. And ball 4. So the Braves trying to put something together here in the 4th inning. They got runners at first and second with 2 outs. That'll bring us to Gunnar Thomas. He'd like to gun one to the outfield about now. Nice off-speed pitch for strike 1. Ledbetter's got some nice movement on the ball when he wants to. Well, 1 pitch. That one's low, stopped in the dirt. Nice job there by Steinberger back there to keep that one in play, keep it in front of him. Takes the count to 1-1. Strike 2 called as Thomas watches that one go by. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Gunnar Thomas. Runners at first and second for Lompoc here in the 4th. One-two pitch, smacked over towards second. That's going to find the gap into center field. 1 run will score. Runner held up at third. So an RBI double by Gunnar Thomas ties this game up at 1 here in the 4th inning. Scores Isaiah Hernandez all the way from second. And we're tied up at 1. Brings us to Bradley Waite, number 12. There's strike one. Wait, just a sophomore. He'll be around for a few more years. 0-1 pitch. Chopper back to second. Throw to first in time to record the out and retire the side. But the Braves finally scratch here in the fourth inning. One run across. That'll leave a couple. So after 4 complete here at Bottery Field, our score has changed just now. The Chargers won. The Braves won. You're listening to the Game of the Week on your home for local sports. 100.9 KPEG. Fifth inning stretch here for your announcer. Okay. We should tell you about the local music hour, too. That's a special program we have every Saturday night at 7 o'clock, hosted by our good friend and guest host Casey Farah. He's well involved in the local music scene as a local musician himself, and he knows all the rest of them. He hosts a show called the Local Music Hour, where he will play you some music from local artists here right in the Lompoc Valley and all around the Central Coast area. It's a lot of fun. I guarantee you hear some great tunes, some things you've never heard before. Hope you can check it out. It's a Local Music Hour, Saturday nights at 7, exclusively here at 100.9 FM KPEG. So here we go to the top of the fifth. Oscar is still on the mound for the Braves, as one would expect. Who's going to start things off for the Chargers? Looks like Luke Roberts, number 5. Roberts batting .247 from the right-handed side of the plate. 19 hits at 77 at-bats. He's got 7 RBIs, 3 doubles, and a triple on the year. Starts this at-bat by looking at strike one called. And takes one just a little bit high from Oscar for ball 1. 1-1 the count. Takes a mighty hack at that one for strike 2. Well hit, shallow right, off the glove. Roberts will turn the corner and head for 2. Still running as the ball's still not in, heading for 3. And in safely is Luke Roberts with a leadoff triple here in the 5th. Oh, just got saying they hit 1 triple on the year. Well, make it 2. As he smacked that one hard into right center field. Just off the glove out there. That brings up Mason Bolter. Fouls off the first pitch just over my head for strike 1. Swings at 1 low and away for strike 2. That would have been a ball. As it is, it's 0-2 to Bolter. Got him with some high eye candy. Strike 3 and out number 1. Brings up Nico Martinez batting in the cleanup spot. Was 1 out. He's got a runner at third, an RBI shot over there. Takes strike 1. Oscar looking a bit more comfortable, a little more in rhythm now as we get further along. Chopper fouled on the first baseline. So Martinez quickly down 0-2 with one out here in the fifth. Tie ball game at Buttery Field, one apiece. Strike three called. Martinez goes down for out number 2. And Oscar's warming up. Takes us to Nate Jordan, number 21. Batting in the 5 spot, playing left field for the Chargers. Takes ball 1. There's a pretty pitch from Oscar. 1-1. Chopper over towards short. Long throw to first. Got him. That'll retire the side here in the 5th inning. So a leadoff triple by Luke Roberts goes wasted as he gets stranded at third. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. After 4.5 here at Buttery Field, our score remains the Chargers 1, the Braves 1. You're listening to the Game of the Week on your home for local sports 100.9 KPEG. I'm Greg Ratcliffe here at Dan Buttery Field. Bill Smith back at the studio doing his thing, keeping the stream alive. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. We've had a blast this year covering Lompoc and Cabrillo, baseball and softball. It's been a lot of fun, as it is every season. We just got a preview peek of the Lompoc and Cabrillo football schedules here earlier today. This is just a teaser. I'm not going to tell you anything about it, but it does look interesting, especially the Lompoc preseason schedule. There's some teams on there we don't generally see. I'll tell you more about that tomorrow. It gives you a reason to tune in. We'll be on the air at 3:30 for Lompoc softball as they host the Dos Pueblos Chargers in the last game of their season. So join us for that, and I'll tell you all about the Braves football schedule. But for now, we'll go back to baseball as we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Ryan Morgan, number 5, will step into the batter's box to start things off for the Lompoc Braves. Batting in the 9 spot. Smacks the first pitch. Right back to the mound. Ledbetter can't handle it. And Morgan legs out a single to first. And Ledbetter shaken up again for the 2nd time here today as people smacking ground balls right in his direction. And I'm going to try and walk this off. It doesn't look promising. And he is retired to the dugout. And Mason Bolter will step onto the mound for the Chargers. Hate to see that. Ledbetter was having a good outing on the mound here for Dos Pueblos. But shaken up on that one after taking another shot, line drive shot. So Bolter will warm up. See what we can find out about him. Well, he's had 12 appearances. He's got 4 saves to his credit. And an ERA of a very respectable 1.97. In fact, the entire pitching staff for the Chargers is under 2 for the ERA, 1.99 as a team. That's pretty good. That'll win you a few ball games, probably. So Bolter looks like he's ready. At the plate for the Braves is leadoff hitter Espinoza, with Morgan at first and nobody out for the Braves here in the 5th. High chopper over the head at first and into right field. That's going to be a single. Morgan will have to hold at second. So Steven Espinoza with a single. Puts runners at first and second for the Braves here in the 5th with nobody out. That'll take us to number 10, Caleb Ramirez. He's been known to hit the ball pretty hard. That would be a good time. First and second with nobody out. Ramirez squares to bunt. Back to the mound. Throw to first. And Ramirez will be retired for out number 1. And in the meantime, Espinoza to second. Morgan to third. And the Braves have 2 runners in scoring position here in the 5th inning with 1 out. Ramirez did his job. Glad to see he didn't get hurt. He kind of caught his foot on first base on the way by. Stumbled a little bit, but seems to be okay. So with 1 out, Oscar Rojas will take off the bat and take strike 1. Oscar with an opportunity here with runners at second and third. Well hit single could score 2 for the Braves. Check string. Strike 2 called. Now Oscar down 0-2. And that one gets way to the backboard. Morgan will score from third. Bolter lost control of that one way over the head of the catcher down to the backstop. And alert running by Ryan Morgan puts the Braves up 2-1 here in the 5th. Espinoza advances to third on the play. Count now 1-2 to Oscar Rojas. Called strike 3. Oscar goes down looking. And that records out number 2 here in the Braves' 5th. Brings up Isaiah Hernandez, the lefty, with 2 outs. Takes strike 1 on the outside portion of the strike zone. 1 run across here for the Braves here in the 5th. Espinoza still over at third. He wants to come home. High and away for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. So Isaiah Hernandez. A little bit high, a little bit outside for ball 2. 2 balls and a strike. 2 down for the Braves here. A runner at third. Braves have taken the lead 2-1 here in the 5th. Fouled out of play all the way across the street on Ocean. Low Street. My advice during spring, in the afternoons, avoid Low Street. Well hit, is that fair? No. Just foul down the third baseline. Espinosa was already across the plate when that was called foul. So he was on the move. Now, as it is, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here for the Braves in the 5th. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Fouled off the hands and out of play. Count stays 2-2 to Hernandez. Two pitch from Bolter. Taking a good hard look. And time called. Big pitch right here, 2-2. Single scores a run for the Braves. Foul off the back screen. Count stays even at 2 apiece. 2 down, runner at second for the Braves. Pitch from Bolter. In the dirt. But quickly, it was thrown so hard and off the backstop, it bounced right back to home plate. So Espinosa has to hold at third. So in relief, Bolter having a little bit of trouble with his control here early. Count now 3-2. There is the payoff pitch. Strike 3 called. However, the ball comes loose. Quick throw to first will make that official, however. But the Braves come up here in the 5th. They'll score 1 and leave 1 at third. Hope that doesn't come back to haunt him. 5 innings complete here at Bottery Field. Our score is now Lompoc 2, Dos Pueblos 1. You're listening to the Game of the Week on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG. Greg Ratcliffe with you here from Bottery Field, having a great time. Glad you could join us. Once again, we'll remind you we will be back on the air in 24 hours or less, 3:30 tomorrow afternoon, as the Lompoc girls softball team will host the Dos Pueblos Chargers girls in the last game of the Channel League softball season for the Lompoc girls. Hoping to get their first win of the regular season tomorrow. That'd be great. In the meantime, if you're interested in such things as the Lompoc City budget, there's a lot of talk about that these days. There's a thing at the city website. It's called the Interactive Budget Tool. It's a place where you can go and you can actually put numbers into different departments, take money away from here, put money over there, and try your hand at balancing the budget. See which departments and programs are most important to you. That information can go to city staff and the city council as they help try and decide how to deal with this upcoming budget for the fiscal year 1921. So if you're interested in getting involved in that, go to cityoflompoc.com, look for the interactive budget tool, and try your hand. Back to baseball we go. This is number 4. Connor Gleisner up to bat to start things off for the Chargers here in the top of the 6th. Fouls that one right off the screen in front of me. And it's now 1 ball and 1 strike to Gleisner. Got all tied up with that one. Strike two. One ball, two strikes now to Gleisner. Reaches out, loops that one over toward Oscar. Quick little toss over to first. We'll record out number one. Bradley Waite there to make the catch and record the out. So one down here in the Chargers' sixth. And that'll bring up, who's that bring up? Number 8, who is Luke Fidel. New face and number here today. Fouls off the first one, knocks this one into shallow center field. Looks like Bobo there to make the catch for out number 2. So quickly 2 out here for the Chargers here in the 6th inning. Frausto up to bat now. Fidel was batting for Ledbetter. Apparently not able to continue. 2-0 now the count. Oscar zips that one in there for a called strike. Rojas working quickly, throws that one high, 3 balls and a strike. Can tell when Oscar's getting into a groove. He kind of speeds up a little bit and doesn't take a whole lot of time between pitches. Gets on the rubber, lines up, chucks it. And speaking of chucking it, he just did that one, whizzed that one, and it's a full count, 3-2 to Frausto. Got him. Swinging strike 3. And Ramirez pumps his fist as he heads back to the dugout as the side is retired here in the 6th. The Chargers go in order. So after 5.5 here at Bottery Field, our score remains the hometown Braves 2, the visiting Dos Pueblos Chargers 1. You're listening to the Game of the Week on your home for local sports 100.9 KPEG. Told you about the budget tool. We also should remind you that we don't just play great rock and roll and local sports here at KPEG. We also furnish you with live coverage of city council meetings as well on the 1st and 3rd Tuesdays of every month. We will bring you live council, usually starting at 6:30. You can also check it out at TAP TV channel 23 and on the City of Lompoc website, streaming courtesy of the Lompoc Media Center at cityoflompoc.com. So we give you a live tribal-cast of your city council in action, television, internet, and right here live on KPEG Radio. So if you're interested in your city government, that's a good way to check it out. If you can't get to the meetings yourself, we can keep you informed right here on the radio. And please do keep informed and be involved in your local government. There's a lot of important things coming up, a lot of things we need to discuss, and we hope you'll get involved and speak your mind and be a part of the process. If you can't be there in person, check it out on TAP TV channel 23, cityoflompoc.com, or 100.9 FM, courtesy of your friends here at KPEG Radio, TAP TV, and the Lompoc Media Center. So now we will go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Sean Moa will step up to the plate. My memory serves, he is 2 for 2 so far today. Takes strike 1 and then the ball to the backstop for ball 1. Once again, Bolter a little bit inconsistent so far in relief. Ooh, checks a swing on a high one for ball 2. 2 balls and a strike to Sean Moa. Low and in for ball 3. Three balls and a strike to Moa. Nasty swing, fouls that one off for strike 2. Got some good bat speed, does Moa. Pokes that one foul. Out of play down the first baseline. Full count to Moa, 3-2. Go back out. It's 2-1 Braves here in the 6th. You know, an important game as far as the Channel League standings are concerned. Moa, hard hit to left. And Moa with a single to left field puts the leadoff batter on base for the Braves here in the 6th inning as Moa goes 3 for 3 so far on the day. It's hard to get better than that. That brings us to Elijah Bobo, number 6. Kind of a lackadaisical throw over to first place to keep Moa where he's supposed to be. High chopper over towards first. Could be hard. But nicely done. Bolter over there to cover first from the mound, and that will record out number 1 as Bobo grounds out. Moa advances to second on the play, however. So with 1 out, the Braves have a runner at second base. And that brings us to Gunnar Thomas. Gunnar takes one on the inside corner for strike 1 call. One now to Thomas. Bolter checks the runner at second. And a loping swing at a loping pitch for strike 2. Way out in front of that one. No balls and 2 strikes to Gunnar Thomas. Quick look to second. And the throw. Foul out of play. Thomas stays alive at 0-2. 2-1 is our score. The Braves lead here in the bottom of the 6th. 1 down with a runner at second for Lompoc. High and away to Thomas makes it 1 ball and 2 strikes. Corbin Hayes in the on-deck circle for the Braves. Thomas fouls that one off. Count stays 1-2. Again, the 1-2 pitch. Bolter checks second. Thomas drills this one over towards first, bounces off the chest of the first baseman and beats the throw as Bolter can't get over in time. Moa advances to third on the play, so with 1 out, the Braves have runners at the corners. and Corbin Hayes up to bat. Hayes, a right-handed junior for the Braves. Braves trying to take advantage of the absence of Dylan Ledbetter on the mound, who went out last inning injured after taking a line drive shot to the chest. So here's Hayes with runners at first and third. Takes strike one. Ryan Morgan on deck for Lompoc. Ball in the dirt. Stopped nicely, however. Runner at first advances to second. So now the Braves, with one out, have runners at first and second base. Second and third. Get it right. And a count of 1-1 at the plate to Corbin Hayes. Braves trying to add to a one-run lead here in the sixth. This one's smacked over to left. Ball is loose. Everybody's safe. One run is across. Moa crosses. Moa scores from third and is now 3-1 Braves. Corbin Hayes is safe at second. And big Ryan Morgan up to bat. Still does one out. And timeout called. We will have a pinch runner as Corbin Hayes comes out. Trying to see who that is coming in to run. Braves numbers aren't the easiest to read. They're white on white. So from a distance, it's a little tough. Okay, back to the plate. Ryan Morgan takes ball one. Runners at second and third for the Braves with one out. One run across already. Morgan would like nothing better than to bring home a couple more here. Smacked over towards second. Hard hit. Ball bobbled. Throw to first will be in time. However, Gunnar Thomas scores from third on the play, and it's now 4-1 Braves. So 2 down now for Lompoc. One runner still on base at third. And Steven Espinoza, top of the order for the Braves, up to bat. Pitch from Bolter is high and away for ball one. Nice looking pitch in there for called strike one. 1-1 the count. 2 down for the Braves with a runner at third. 2 runs across for Lompoc here in the sixth. They now lead 4-1. Wouldn't mind adding another 1 or 2 here. Insurance runs are always nice. Good job by Steinberger behind the plate here for the Chargers, keeping balls in front of him. As Bolter is struggling a little bit to keep balls in the strike zone. Foul out of play. Evens the count at 2 apiece. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down here in the 6th for the Braves with a runner at third. Got 2s everywhere. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runs across, and a pair of 2s on Steven Espinosa's back. Now there goes the symmetry. Full count, 3-2. Full count to Steven Espinosa. Here's the payoff pitch. Just got a piece of it, fouled away. Stay alive at 3-2. Again, the 3-2 pitch to Espinosa. Another. Just got the tip of the bat on that one. Fouled away. Count stays 3-2. Braves have put 2 runs across here in the 6th. They were leading 2-1 going into the inning. Now it's 4-1 Braves. Grounder. Fair down the third baseline. That was Bradley Waite over there on third, who scored on the play. Pinch running for Corbin Hayes. So it's now 5-1 Braves. And Caleb Ramirez has to take off the catcher's gear and climb into the batter's box. 5-1 Lompoc. 2 down here. A runner at first now. Popped up. Shallow center field. Should be playable. And is. And that will record out number 3 and retire the Braves here in the 6th inning. But they put 3 runs across. 3 big runs here in the 6th for Lompoc after 6 complete. It is now the Braves 5, Chargers 1. And the Braves are 3 outs away from a big win here against the Chargers that would tie them up in second place with 1 game left to play. That game will be played on Thursday at Dos Pueblos. Last game of the regular season. And if this score stands or the lead stands for the Braves, they will go into that game Thursday afternoon tied for second. The winner of that game on Thursday will end up the 2 seed from the Channel League. And that's big. You don't want to go down to Westminster or something and play a league champion in round 1. That gets tough. And we welcome special guest Statmaster Mike Loney joins us here.
Well, I have had the good fortune of hearing on the radio every single Lompoc run today.
Glad you were able to listen.
Glad the Braves were able to score runs.
Yeah, that too.
If they pull this one out today, they will have a chance to play for second place in the Channel League.
Yes, we were just discussing that, as a matter of fact. If they win today, they'll be tied for second, and the game on Thursday will decide second place.
Second place, and for a team as young as this is, practically unheard of. The Second Barber Dons in first place are in Division 1. Lompoc is in Division 2, or excuse me, Division 4, with San Ynez. Oh, what a shot.
Hard shot over to third, and a beautiful throw.
That was a beautiful play all around by the third baseman.
That was David Leon that smacked that one over to third.
Yeah, and that was a self-preservation play at third, and then a great throw.
Hernandez over there at third did a great job.
Yeah, that was.
And all of a sudden, very quickly, one pitch on one out.
Yep.
Here in the seventh. Oscar Rojas still on the mound for the Braves to try and finish this one off, get the complete game victory.
That's the good news. The bad news is he probably won't be available for a lot of innings on Friday, but then again, it's Oscar, so you don't know. But,
2 balls and a strike now to, who is this? This is Evan Steinberger.
Yeah.
We lead off top of the order here for the Chargers. It's kind of where you'd want to be if you're a DP.
Oh, that one didn't miss by much.
Just enough to be ball 3, however. 3 balls and a strike with 1 out. Oscar working pretty quickly on the mound again.
Yeah.
Oh, now we got ball 3. Okay.
Yep.
Full count, ball 4. And the Steinberger will take first on the walk. Only the second walk given up by Oscar today.
Yeah. Not the time you want it.
No, not terribly timely.
I did notice that Dos Pueblos had a new pitcher up throwing in the bullpen on my way in. So probably facing somebody new in the bottom half of the inning.
Well, that would be if necessary.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. This one fouled out of play.
Yep. Off to the right side.
This is Luke Roberts up to bat. Takes a mighty swing at that one. Comes up empty for strike 2. Roberts, I think, if I recall correctly, hit a triple last time up.
Mm-hmm.
Chopper fouled on third baseline. Stays alive at 0-2.
Mm-hmm.
The Braves a couple outs away from the victory here this afternoon and a tie for second place with 1 game left.
This would be an excellent time for a double play, right?
Good. Another foul over towards the parking lot. Waiting for the thud. Nope.
As young a team as the Braves are this year, if they could pull off second place in the Channel, that would be a huge achievement.
You betcha. And Luke Roberts takes one on the shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
Our first hit batter of the day.
And
also ill-timed.
And we're going to have a conference on the mound. Basically, the infield comes in to give Oscar some fist bumps, and then here comes the coach.
Now we got the entire Lompoc Brave infield on the mound talking to Oscar. A walk and a hit batter puts runners at first and second for the Chargers with 1 out here in the 7th.
And up to bat, a tall, lanky kid, number 9.
A tall, lanky kid by the name of Mason Bolter. He's the relief pitcher that came in for Ledbetter. Tall and lanky is right. He's also a senior.
And a left-hander, apparently.
Yep.
So they would love for him to yank one down the line.
Well, let's see how important those insurance runs the Braves scored in the 6th turn out to be here. Up by 4.
Swing proof.
Fouled high off the screen.
They're Greg hunting again.
Yep, they've been doing that a lot today, actually. 0-1 to Bolter. Bolter has 17 RBIs on the year, so he's accustomed to this position.
One other thing that the Braves win today would do is eliminate Cabrillo from the playoffs.
Foul down the first baseline. A little bit more on Bolter. Not only does he have 17 RBIs, but he's got 4 doubles, and get this, Mike, a pair of home runs to his credit. So a home run right now would
make things interesting.
Would make things very interesting.
Popped him up.
Into left. Is it fair? Fair ball. But catch made. We're slightly screened out in our position here on the side of the field. We can't see that corner of left field, so we have to kind of wait for player reactions to let you know what happened. And that one was apparently caught in left for out number 2.
Yeah, and both runners moved up on the play. So it's 2 out with runners on second and third.
Well, I got first and second.
Sure. Okay. I guess they sent it back.
And this takes us to cleanup hitter Nico Martinez, representing the last out for the Chargers.
Wearing number 2, both in baseball and, if I remember correctly, football.
Built like a football player, isn't he?
Yeah.
1-0 to Martinez. Takes one high for ball 2.
I think he played linebacker or safety.
In baseball, playing third base. 2 balls and a strike. 2 balls, no strike, with 2 outs. There's the strike I was looking for.
Speaking of football, Greg, what you doing on August the 23rd?
I have a feeling I'm going to be calling a Braves football game, which we touched on that with the listeners here just a little bit ago. So we got a sneak preview of the schedule.
Yeah.
I didn't give them any hints. We're going to talk more about that tomorrow. Won't be a spoiler.
Well, there are a couple possibilities.
Martinez fouls one off and is 2-2. Chargers down to their last strike. Chopper over towards Oscar at the mound. Easy toss over to first. Ought to do it. And there it is. There it is, out number 3. And the Chargers are retired here in the 7th. And this one's over.
And where's Friday's repeat game, Greg?
It's actually, this repeat is scheduled for Thursday. According to my information, 3:30 at Dos Pueblos High School.
Okay.
And that one, since we are now tied at 8 and 6 for second place, the winner of that game, DP and Lompoc on Thursday, will take second place in the Channel League and avoid that 3rd seed, which is generally a tough road trip against the league champion somewhere. So
well, the Braves are currently in the mid-30s, 64 teams in Division 4.
The D4 rankings?
In the D4 rankings, but they were right behind in D4 and in southern section, right behind San Ynez, who is playing today for 5th in the Channel League.
Yeah, they are
a little bit strange.
But already eliminated from the playoffs. And, figure that one out. Okay, well, we'll leave those to smarter minds than us, I guess, right?
Yeah.
In the meantime, don't forget, we will be back on the air again tomorrow afternoon. Thursday's softball game rescheduled for tomorrow. So 3:30 from the softball complex here at Lompoc High School, and the Lompoc Braves girls take on the Dos Pueblos Chargers softball team in their last game of the Channel League season.
Yeah, that should be an interesting one.
Yeah. Braves hoping to hand the Chargers their first league loss and pick up their first league win at the same time. So we'll hope for the best for that one. But we'll be here. Start time 3:30. Hope you can join us. In the meantime, for Bill Smith back at the studio and for Mike Loney to my right. Glad you could make it, Mike. Thanks for showing up. My name is Greg Ratcliffe. We will see you again tomorrow. Our final score here from Dan Botery Field, the Lompoc Braves 5, Dos Pueblos Chargers 1. Now we'll send you back to the greatest rock and roll on the planet at 100.9 KPEG.
On the Braves Radio Network.
Good night, everybody.